feel a breeze coming up.
The first police station Kenya is still there. The first post office Kenya. The first state house in Kenya. Everything. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
This is a watchtower. It's for soldiers to look after enemies. So we have holes that were pierced over that side. Very safe. You can go and see. But mind your head. You know, Portuguese were short.
Oh!
Yeah, you are.
So if you see enemies coming, then you tell us.
I don't see any enemies. You can see everything from up here. So they watch the battleground to make sure that no enemies are coming.
Okay, if you see a lady wearing that, you won't know that.
You give a compliment, yeah. But you don't know the compliment inside.
You give a compliment that it's beautiful, but you don't know that it's
Something more beautiful inside.
it's something more beautiful inside.
Yeah, so each and every carving you see here symbolized something. Mid-morning, afternoon, mid-afternoon, and lastly evening. So they carved something like a chain. Can you see the chain? So the chain was a symbol for unity between Arabs and Africans in Mombasa.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Good morning. This is Likoni. Good morning from Likoni, Mombasa, South Coast. So this one is for digging branches. I think making it deeper.
Oh, I see, I see.
It can just drop some mud in the deep sea, so we're going back again.
So today I'm in a tuk-tuk. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's fine, yeah. You can say hi. Yeah.
Hi.
I'm in a tuk-tuk today. We're going to the old town. We're going to cross the ferry, so I'm finally going to show you guys what the ferry looks like. We're headed to Old Town. Are you going to walk with me in Old Town? Can you?
I'll walk with you.
So he's going to take me to Old Town and I can have my camera?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, today's going to be so fun. I got out pretty early today. I got up bright and early. I actually woke up around 1 o'clock in the morning and I stayed up. Like I went to bed around 9, 8 o'clock last night and I woke up around 1 in the morning and I stayed up. I edited my video from yesterday so that I can have a head start when this afternoon. So this afternoon I can post my vlog from yesterday so you guys can see what I did. And I'm trying to be so quick about it and do daily vlogs. So I started at 1 in the morning and I went back to bed around 3, 4 in the morning. And then I woke up around 6 or 7 and yeah, I'm out on time and everything and good morning. And we're going down this crazy path and it's just all rocks and it's so uneven. Yeah, it's fun. He said it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Today I am just wearing, these are my favorite shoes. They're actually so comfy. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to take a video of this ferry for the longest time. I didn't have time to do my hair this morning because he got here so quickly. Like I was actually so ready and I went out and I talked to my mom for a while, but I didn't do my hair. Like usually I do my hair first and then I'm ready, but I was like, I'm just gonna have a conversation with my mom for today and then I'm going to do my hair after. But by the time I went and packed my bag for the day, he was already here, so I didn't do my hair. But it's okay, no big deal. The roads are so crazy. Oh, and my battery is fully charged, so I'm so happy about that. I also want to try and get another battery today if I can, because this isn't working for me. I'm trying to be a vlogger and none of my batteries are ever charged up. Imagine.
From there, you can just walk very near.
Okay, I'm recognizing. So this patrol station right here is the landmark of where I need to turn when I enter in. I was just so confused because it's down like a little pathway. What do you enjoy most about Mombasa?
Okay, I've been swimming.
Swimming,
Entertainment going.
entertainment.
Yeah, there's one place called Casablanca. There are several places.
Casablanca, I've heard of Casablanca.
Yeah, there are several places. I will pass by there. I'm going to take you into
Yay! Today is gonna be so fun.
yeah. We will get there and we are done with the old town.
Yeah.
You want to go to Mo Avenue, you want to go to Butterfly, you want to go to Mamba Village.
Yes.
Yeah, I have time.
You have time.
Yeah. Down here, but we throw it in. Then you can take a video of it.
They were alive.
Oh, they died.
That's crazy.
Over 8 feet deep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 8 feet deep is very far.
He said a lady and her daughter fell into the water. They were on the ferry and they drove into the water by accident and died 80 feet down. Where's Haller Park?
Alapak is in Bamburi.
Bambori.
Yeah.
Today?
You can go today. Yeah,
I can go today?
Yeah, you can go today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm excited.
It's a wonderful place.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wanaangalia mkuu wanasema one out.
No problem.
Someone told me if you buy water off the street, they fill it up with water and cover it with plastic.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I had already told them you are not buying water. Water you just buy from. Just buy from the supermarket. There's
Yeah.
supermarkets in town. I take you there, you buy water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted a water, but I didn't buy one.
Buy
'Cause
water here and then you start having stomach problems. Instead of enjoying your holiday, you start going to hospital.
he said if you buy water here, you can start having stomach problems and you want to enjoy your holiday, but then you have to go to the hospital. Because I used to buy water, like RC water, and I'm like, oh, how convenient. But I never thought, like, they were actually, because it's covered in plastic, the lid, it's wrapped in plastic, so you have to break the plastic and then open the lid. Unlike America where you just open the lid. But they even will cover it with, they will rewrap it with plastic. So now I'm like, I don't trust it. I'd rather not even take the chance. I'm not like dying of thirst, so. That's something to take note. It's not worth it. I've had food poisoning and I'm not trying to risk it again. He said if you want water, buy from the supermarket. And I'm also happy that he understands my English because when I first got here from the SGR train, my Uber driver from the train station, when I first got here, he said, I'm one of the few Uber drivers who can actually understand. He said, and if I can't understand you, you're going to have a difficult time with other people trying to understand you. It's just like, they don't, some people, it's been really, I see how it's been like a struggle for people trying to understand me. And I'm patient and it's not a big deal. because I understand that people speak different languages and different accents. So I'll say it again and again. It's no big deal, and we'll communicate, and I'll get through what I have to get through. I'm not upset or anything, but I do see that it's been like a kind of a struggle. People are like, what you say? Like they don't understand me. Even yesterday it was so difficult because I was trying to hurry up and it was getting dark and everybody, I was in a really crazy area and everybody was like looking at me and shouting at me and like they see me and I kind of almost had to hide. Like it was crazy. So like my Uber driver didn't understand any English. He couldn't take the ferry, so I had to transfer to a car right at the ferry stop. But I was asking him, where can I take a car? I said car, and he didn't understand car at all. Like he did not understand. Like, and I couldn't keep saying it, so he was just like, no, I don't understand. I'm sorry. I had to open up the Uber app, and then I showed him the picture of the car on the Uber app, and he's like, oh, okay. They go to Tanzania.
They bring some crippled women, maybe children.
With the twisted ankles and...
Then they put them maybe in street corners of a town.
And they
give them money. So by the end of the day, somebody comes and picks the same people with the same money. So somebody ends up making like 50K or so per day from those days. Maybe just provide them with food only and accommodation. Nothing more. It's not fair.
Oh, I see. So he's saying that they take the cripple in Tanzania and somebody brings them to here in Mombasa. They drop them around different Mombasa and Nairobi, and they drop them around in different areas of town, and they sit out there all day and they get money, and they get like 50K a day, and then they collect them at the end of the day. The person will pick them up at the end of the day. All the people that he planted around town, he will pick them up and collect all their money, and he takes the money and he offers them like housing, like free accommodation and housing and food maybe, and that's it. Like that's
Money Heist.
Money Heist?
That movie.
La Casa Papel.
Money Heist.
It's a good movie.
It's a movie called Money Heist. It's a series.
Money Heist?
Yeah.
Money Chase.
Money Chase, Money Heist.
Money Heist?
Yeah, Money Heist.
Mini Heist.
Yeah, Money Heist.
Money Heist.
Yeah, that's it.
So he says this is a good movie to watch.
That movie. Have you ever watched it?
No, it's a good movie.
It's a very nice movie. The guy plans to steal from a bank.
The guy plans to steal from a bank.
Where they print money. So they go in. Then they take the hostages, but they buy time. By all means, then they print their own money.
Oh, they print their own money.
They print now their own money while they're inside. They use the employees. They convince them also to be part of the deal. Then they print so much money, then they make it away with the money.
Oh, so they didn't rob the bank. They used the bank printer. That's actually kind of interesting. I want to see it. Yeah. They didn't rob the bank, but they used the bank. They held hostages and stood time so that they can print their own money.
The hostages are the ones who print the money because they are workers of that bank. Gives them that now you are just hostages, but if you be part of this, you will not be charged, but we will make money and make sure that you will give us names of your relatives, we drop money to them. After a year you've suffered, but you still have money.
Yeah. And these are all the people waiting for a ferry.
Waiting for the ferry. In fact, right now they are very few. If you came here very early, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's not busy actually. Because yesterday I came and I was walking and I was in the middle of it.
Yeah, yesterday we crossed on foot.
Yeah.
How crazy.
It was so packed and I didn't know where I was going. Yeah, it was so many people. I was trying to hang on to my bag and everything.
Yeah, actually when you are crossing you on foot.
Yeah.
You have to be very much aware because we have those who are just crossing looking for an opportunity.
Yeah.
For example, you cannot cross with this camera in your bag.
Yeah, I can't. I wanted to take a video yesterday, but I was like, it's no way I can. I don't even know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And it's too many people. Like, you're shoulder to shoulder with everyone. Oh, my ankle.
That's okay.
This is for the waist.
Yeah, but you can put it on your anklet many times. you think getting the exact size is really rare.
Even nothing decent. So now we are moving onto the ferry. It's raining. It's my first time seeing rain. But I'm fine because I'm in the tuk-tuk.
Like before you came,
Yeah.
a few days before you came, it was raining crazy here.
Yeah.
Like this day there is no rain, these are just drizzles.
No rain, just drizzles.
This is our newest ferry called MV Jumbo.
In Bijambo.
I wanted to take you upstairs, but I think now that they are open.
You're gonna take me
They are
upstairs.
open for the pedestrians also to come in. It will not be fun.
Yeah.
But you can still go up there.
Yeah?
Take a photo.
Yeah?
Just carry your.
Very large. Huh?
Taken in such a way she will not know it's a video. She says you can take a photo but not a video. So just take it in a way she won't notice it. We are beginning with the elephant tusks
Yeah.
on Moy Avenue.
On Moy Avenue. Okay. We're seeing the elephant tusk on Moy Avenue. So this is the famous Casablanca here. Very popular. It's a restaurant. Okay.
Elephant tusks, there you are.
Yeah! So here are the elephant tusks.
Old Town is here. We are going to Old Town now.
Now we're going to Old Town. Okay, let's go. We're headed to the Old Town. We're doing this today.
I just want to see where I can park this tuk-tuk. Kenya! I'll take back.
Ticket to the port and the old town is a 20 baht.
Pack.
$20 for old service. Yes,
20 for everything.
yes.
Oh.
It's 10 o'clock. 11 we'll come back to the,
So it's $20 total.
yes.
20 total.
The place where's
water.
the Jahazi.
Jahazi, I heard of
Yeah,
Jahazi.
we'll take you to the Jahazi.
And then water, very nice water.
Yes.
It's not
The sunny water.
So if I leave my tuk-tuk here, it's safe.
You can, we are walking.
Because for me, I
Tell Mela kwa wetu subiri, tunarudi unamchukua unaenda.
The lady has come to tour. We are here. He's hosted by a friend, a particular friend, and they have trusted me for her safety, her camera and everything. So they want me to stay here, not to give them company when they are going through Old Town. How can that happen? They say that's how it is. You cannot give her company. Hawa wanamfunza, si mimi niko tu naye. Tunaenda tu. Mimi hapa nimekuja mara ngapi? I don't need to be taught here. I've been here many times. I've brought the clients here, but now why? The reason is why should somebody feel bad that I'm giving her company as we go along? Me, tumetoka Likoni. This is not for town here. We come from far, so it's not like ameniokota hapa town. So it's like no. It's my responsibility.
Walikuwa wametakaje kuhusu malipo yao?
Malipo tumeelewana. She has accepted, she's paying $20. She'll pay their 12, she'll give them 800. Sawa. So, shida ni wataki mimi, they don't want me to give her company as they walk along.
Yeah. Sasa, how are you?
Fine.
Sasa, uenda ukalipe, alafu nitamsaidia. Unajua kila mtu anafanya kazi kivyake bana. Haina shida.
So we pay, we go.
So he's just paying for parking right now. This guy's like legit. He's making sure that I'm like, he says she's my responsibility, and he's like fighting for me and everything.
I come back.
Okay.
It is better. We do things the right way.
Yeah, see, when you arrive, I came with my driver, but then the other people came up to our car and was like, yeah, let's give you a tour, we'll give you a tour. They started giving their package and talking up, and I said, yeah, like, 2 people came up to us, and the first 2 people, we were like, yeah, okay, and then we were getting out the car, but then they were like, but your driver can't come. And my driver is like, what? No, it's just my responsibility. I don't care about the tour. You don't need to tour me. I'm just making sure that she's okay. He's like, what's the problem if I come along? So
Entrance, you can check the entrance.
yes. And my camera's okay. I can have it out?
Yeah, in fact, and residents, 1,200. And you can take the price. So the 12 with the $12.
I see. Non-residents, 12. Okay.
It depends on the size.
Big one like that?
Big, maybe
Small's fine.
50, 60,
50, 70, yeah. Thank you. And he's even making sure I have water, like, cause yeah, it's cold. It's like water that she can trust, like clean water.
This 400. The sun is the best. Bottled by Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
My name is Anthony.
Anthony. You'll see me here many times, Anthony. I'll give you my number. Only that wale wa hili na wanataka kuletea Swahili. No, been here a long time.
Kwa hiyo kama ni kazi unafanya, fanya ile kazi. Usiangalie nani Before we proceed, it was built by the Portuguese government at the end of the 16th century. That was 1590. This building is 426 years old. Down here we have the right arm. We came from here. Then from here up to this part, so we have the body.
Yeah.
Finally, we have the 2 legs. And we can also say for Jesus looks like how Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross.
Yeah.
But the only difference we have between 40 Jesus and Jesus Christ on the cross are the legs.
The legs.
You see, the legs of Jesus were separated for space. The legs of Christ on the cross were held together before they were nailed on the cross.
Yeah.
So that is the only difference between 40 Jesus and Jesus Christ on the cross. So the architect of this building was hired from Italia.
Italian.
Yes, Italian. The name is Giovanni Battista Cairato. So Battista was given some instructions by the Portuguese soldiers to design 40 Jesus, just like how Christ looked at the cross when he was crucified. This is 1 century. Then from 1698 up to 1895, these are 200 years, for Jesus was under the Omani Arabs.
Yeah.
Then between these 2 years, 1895 up to 1958, this is when the fort was under the British.
Okay.
And it was a prison. So the prison served here for only a half a century, 1695 up to 1958.
Okay.
So 1958, most of the cells inside were full of prisoners. So British said, we don't have to erect other new rooms to serve this. So now this is the clear layout of the fort.
Oh, yes.
You can see how the fort looks like.
Yeah.
Most of the fighting was coming from the Indian Ocean. And also in the Hague, they preferred to build the house of the commander. They build the house of the commander in the Hague.
Yeah.
And we have the 2 arms here. This is the body up to here, and finally we have the two legs. Yeah. So inside Fort Jesus, Portuguese built 3 houses that served as barracks, where the soldiers were sleeping initially. So the long building here was the main barracks. This one accommodated like 200 soldiers. It is that one over there. But today that one looks new because the original barracks was demolished in 1960, 2 years after the fort was gazetted as a museum. So they built a new building. This is called tamarind tree. Tamarind. Have you heard of the tamarind?
It's like a brown.
Yes, yeah, definitely. You are right.
Yeah.
So if you get the fruit, they are normally long like a finger. You crush the outer shell, then inside you will get something like nuts, wet nuts. So you can soak them in water. After maybe 30 minutes, you can squeeze them. You can get a very good juice. In Swahili, it is called ukwaju. So we normally take the ukwaju juice with sweet potato. And the ones in front of that building, we call them frangipani. So frangipanis, the flowers are white and yellow. So those things were crushed by the Portuguese to make a local perfume. Because they have a very good smell. Very good smell. And the ones with white leaves over there, we call them Indian almonds. Yeah, also from India. But we normally prefer the fruits for ladies, not men, because of a specific reason that originated in Mombasa. You know, if the fruit is ripe, this is the size. So the shell or the outer flesh is very wetty. It turns to be red just like your shirt. So if you suck it this way, it will give out red liquid. So for men, it will be like they've applied lipstick.
I see.
So maybe if you're married, if you take those fruits, then you go back home. Now there will be war. Okay, now this is the second gate.
Okay.
This is 60% and 70% of the fort was just carved from coral stones because you know we are within Mombasa Island.
Yeah.
And the whole of this island is lifted by coral stones.
Okay.
In the past, Mombasa Island never existed before. This is something that was under the waters.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first people who started accommodation here are the Africans, migrant Bantus, in the 9th century. In the 12th century, we had the Omani Arabs. In the 15th century, we had the Portuguese, who were led by Vasco da Gama. In the 1800s, we had the British. So these are just literal corals that were carved. So we have a such specific level from that side. So the rest going up was built, but coming down, this is something that was just cut off. So the labor, materials, and even masonry techniques were provided by local people. Portuguese came and hired 4,000 youths. They are the ones who were used in cutting these corals. So these people were subjected to very hard labor of carving some stones from morning to evening. And the work lasted for 3 good years.
3 years.
3 years, and they were not paid with money, just food.
Just
so
food.
you cut corals or you cut stones the whole day for food, just for food. But Africans did it because food was a problem. It was to bring weapons. So immediately if you go out of the grills, you start the Indian Ocean. Yeah. So if they offload weapons from the ships, they put them from here and hide them here. So this is what we call an armory, or the ammunition store.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have the first room here and we have the second room. So the first room was for the heavy cannons, and the second room was for the rifles. Don't mind that. We kept this for students.
Yeah. People using the bathroom in here.
Yeah. You see, if you're guiding a group of maybe 30 students, you have to stand there. You are preaching. Then, all of a sudden you will hear somebody's urinating. So we have to warn them. Town in Kenya. Almost 900 good years old.
This is the oldest town in Kenya.
Yes, definitely. The oldest town in Kenya. Mombasa. So we still have all the historical buildings. The first police station Kenya is still there. The first post office Kenya. The first state house in Kenya. Everything. And all the embassies. But they are working as museums. Okay. This is a very funny opening.
Yeah.
It's an evidence that showed all the soldiers were men.
Oh.
They were just urinating from here. And this was only for the soldiers who were looking after the battleground. Those who were on duty,
I see.
This is a watchtower. It's for soldiers to look after enemies. So we have holes that were pierced over that side. Very safe, you can go and see. But mind your head, you know Portuguese were short head. Okay.
Oh!
Yeah, you are.
So if you see enemies coming, then you tell us.
I don't see any enemies. You can see everything from up here. So they watch the battleground to make sure that no enemies are coming. And yeah, this is the watchtower.
For the British.
Okay.
Today we are only left with only two types of the cannons in the fort. We have Portuguese cannons and we have British cannons.
Okay.
All British cannons are landmarked by the crown and the handle. But if you see any cannon without this and without this, that is a Portuguese cannon.
Ah, the handle.
Yes, the handle and the crown.
The Queen's crown.
How does the handle make it different?
This, look, you say those with the handle and this are British.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, so down here we have, this is the bedroom for the commander. This is where the commander used to be accommodated.
Here.
Can you see that wardrobe?
Yeah.
The wardrobe was carved for him by his workers. He used to hide rifles and even clothes. And these are small shelves for putting jewelry. If somebody has a chain, finger rings, a knife, whatsoever, even light, you can put on there. And there was a roof, but the roof collapsed because of age. No big difference between this one and the one you saw.
This is another watchtower.
Okay.
Oh, you can see. Wow. So beautiful.
There's a very clear view from there.
Yes.
And a good breeze. One is the right hand and we have the left hand over this side.
Oh, so this is the right shoulder, and then here, this curve is the left shoulder of Jesus. Oh, okay.
So the other side is the mainland of Nyali. It's called Nyali village. It is the north of Mombasa. Because Mombasa is divided into several parts. We have the south, we have the north, and we have the west of Mombasa. Though we are within the island.
Yeah.
So mind your head, mind your head. Okay, this was the mess for the soldiers. Soldiers used to take alcohol from here. So today we still preserve the same area for the same purpose. Water, some juices, and a few snacks. So these are shells from the ocean.
Yes, I brought one yesterday.
We normally collect them if it's low tide.
If it's low tide.
So this is the biggest cannon out of all cannons we have in the fort.
Yeah.
This belongs to the Portuguese. There is no handle and there is no crown.
Ah.
Yeah, so this one weighs like 2,000 kgs. After where the Omani Arabs came from. Oman is a country in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Yeah, so each and every carving you see here symbolized something. First of all, they carved, Arabs are Muslims, so they carved the pillars for prayers for Muslims. They pray 5 times within one day. There is the first prayer, second, third, fourth, and fifth. This one is normally done at 5 in the morning. We have mid-morning, afternoon, mid-afternoon, and lastly evening. So apart from the prayers, they carved something like a chain. Can you see the chain? So the chain was a symbol for unity between Arabs and Africans in Mombasa. They never fought, they united. And but again, later the Arabs came and misused the chain during the slave trade. They were using the chain to lock Africans and sold them all over America, some Indian Ocean islands, like there's an island called Reunion Island. Many who were captured along the coast of Kenya were sold in Reunion Island. They were used as security guards. Yeah, they were given a lot of hard jobs. And these are for decorations.
Decoration.
Decoration, but they also symbolize wealth. Crush the flowers and make a local perfume.
What's it called?
French pan. French pan.
French pani.
Yes,
I have a French pani in my hair.
Okay, so this place was a bit renovated by the Omani embassy 2 years back, but they preserved the original wall.
Oh, they
Yeah,
kept
this is
it.
original. They kept it because of the writings on the wall.
An Arab is going to, and any Muslim is going to for a wedding, they have this knife here.
Ocean. He's one of the Kenyan divers. They are the ones who did that excavation, 1977. And it's whatever the divers are getting, tying it up with a rope, and those people are pulling it up. The one who do the boat is taking the artifact there back to Fort Jesus. But these people were supported by British divers. The British were very clever because they took out even gold.
The wooden angel.
Okay, most of these items were bought in their ships because we have a totality of almost 7 ships. 6 were for the Omani Arabs that were taking through the items to the port, but there is also a military ship that was sent by the Portuguese to come and break the siege. Yeah, but the ship was also shot by the Arabs. So these are the items that were bought in from the Portuguese ship. So unless we are not very sure whether they were using them for what purpose.
So you said these are all the historical sites before Kenya was taken over?
Yeah, definitely. So some of them were built by Omani Arabs, some of them were built by Portuguese, British, and we even have little stories of Chinese and Persian people. But when we talk of those, some are from the 12th century.
This one is 2011-19.
Yes, 1119. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Very old.
Very
So
old.
these
This
are
one
the,
that looks like a dollar was for which year?
no, those are stamps also.
Yeah, they are stamps, but they are.
They look like the Uganda.
Oh, Uganda.
Yeah, those are Ugandan.
Uganda.
Wow. They said that you can use them as earrings if you collect a pair that look alike, like these ones.
And the beauty is the 1900s. All these wonderful things are already existing. 18 AD. This one's here.
That is like a rupee.
So this is for pressing the bullets.
Yeah, pressing the bullets.
And these are where
These
the
are
bullets are
pockets
kept.
for putting the bullets.
These are fancy for bullets. And the pistol, the gun, that was made from
Rifle.
wood, the rifle.
For the Arab ladies. Number 7, this is for earrings. Number 6, those are necklaces. But those were very dangerous necklaces.
Dangerous.
This carries poison. Sometimes ladies were sent to poison very prominent people like chiefs or even governors. That one has a hollow inside. You can open it and close it. So they used to put poison over there.
When it drops it in a drink,
Oh, and they drop it in the drink.
like just like in the movies.
Just like in the movies.
Movies began long time ago, but they were real.
Yeah, because it was real. Wow.
Okay, if you see a lady wearing that, you won't know that.
You give a compliment, but you don't know the content
You
inside.
give a compliment that it's beautiful, but you don't know that it's
Something more beautiful inside.
something more beautiful inside. Wow. That's interesting.
Another item. This is a type of a stool we use for grinding coconuts. It's called mbuzi in Swahili, but it is commonly used by ladies. You have to sit there. This is the coconut shell. You grind the coconut, then the flesh will drop in this bowl. Then you add water and squeeze. So what will come out is white. We use that for cooking rice, beans, and even seafood, fish.
Wow.
Very delicious.
They're such gentlemen. They actually just made friends.
Take a photo of that one there. That's called a gamma lizard. It's a female. This is the child for the Portuguese. Can you see that tree with the red flowers?
Yeah.
That's another species of the frangipani.
Okay. Oh, the white and the pink.
So we have that one with white flowers and we have this one with red flowers. But the smell is also different. So this one's the church. This is a well that they are very big. It's very big. 23 meters deep.
You can see my hand here.
You can see it?
Yeah. It's very, very, very deep.
It is a sitting toilet for the soldiers. That version was implemented in the 1600s.
Then it was just disposed outside
Yeah, we're just down
the environment.
into the environment. Another toilet.
You sit there, then you become serious.
My butt.
But yeah, it's okay. Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm currently sitting on the toilet.
Built by the Omani people.
Everyone's looking at me.
You have to be serious in the toilet, not hiding.
Jesus
Can
Christ.
you take a... Hi, I'm sitting on the toilet.
Is it?
I must have like... I feel a breeze coming up. Wow.
This is a palm for dates. Dates. Have you
Okay.
tried them?
No. Dates.
Dates, you know them?
The sweet.
The sweet, very sweet.
Yeah.
They do well in Arab countries, but we planted one and it worked.
Oh.
This thing followed a ship under the waters from Atlantic Ocean. It came and crossed over to the Indian Ocean. But because of salt water, it was affected by the salt in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
So it was washed by the water to the coast and died in the coast. So early in the morning, it was found dead. It was taken by a local government and buried somewhere for 2 weeks. So this is big, but it's a kid. It's a baby whale. Yeah, it's
This-
transport between 1890 and 1920.
The first means of transport.
When
And so they have to push it by hand. They pump it.
Just a hand push. And
Oh,
if
wow.
by coincidence two prominent people meet on the same rail, then they consider the one who was a bit higher. So they lift the one who is lower, put it aside, you push him, then you put it back to the rail, push it again. So these are the bullets, not one hand.
Whoa. It's so heavy.
This is just made from cast iron, and it goes up to 15 kilos. You're tired?
Yeah.
Okay, try it. Oh, okay.
You can carry that with one hand. My hands.
Want to try it? How many kgs do you weigh? Huh? Okay, okay. One hand?
It's so heavy.
You want to try?
So heavy.
Manaume, haya. Please be careful, eh? If you shika separate your legs. Sawa? Weka mikono mbili hivi. Zuia. Be strong. Alafu wekelee mkono chini. Shikilia vizuri.
Si rahisi, shikilia na nguvu.
So this is the cannon and the balls are extremely heavy.
And Muslims don't take alcohol. The alcohol is coffee. So everywhere you will walk, you have to see this symbol. This is a pot for coffee. And the cups. And this is the...
Hi, I'm currently sitting on the toilet.
Okay? Built by the Omani people.
Everyone's looking at me.
You have to be serious in the toilet, not hiding.
Jesus Christ.
You take nice pictures.
Good morning from Likoni.
Likoni,
Day
Mombasa.
2, we're going
Day
to
South Coast, Diani Beach.
South Coast Liani Beach.
Best beaches, best hotel destination in town.
There you have it. We'll see you there.
Very famous tourists. There was a very big hotel here.
Yeah.
It's called Shelly Hotel.
Yeah?
But in the 90s, there was this the political war.
Oh, they burnt the hotel down.
Those are necklaces. But those were very dangerous necklaces.
Dangerous.
These carries poison. Sometimes ladies were sent to poison very prominent people like chiefs or even governors.
Drink, just like in the movies.
Just like in the movies.